Hello, everyone. So I got carried away and I haven't even hooked this thing up, guys. Do you see the bags under my eyes? I have an amazing event coming up this weekend. I'm gonna do a retreat in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and I have more people than I've ever had before. So that's really exciting. But if for those of you out there that are a little introverted like I am, and people always laugh at that, oh, Becky, you do YouTube. So guess who I'm here with? Very good in this environment, but I am really very introverted. And spending an entire long weekend with a bunch of women is so fun and it's so exhausting. So I'm getting ready for that. And so if I look a little harried today, that's why. All right, so my dog is barking at me. And hopefully she'll stop. And so let's go ahead and jump right into this. Um, by the way, you know, one of the, when people say they can't do things because they're this way, like who knew that Beckie Belote could be really good at selling creative memories products? A girl who does not do with strangers. Um, so just know that when you stretch, in my opinion, I feel like, I'm a teacher by trade. I feel like that this is really what I was meant to do. And that when you're doing the right thing, that you will be equipped. God will equip you with everything you need. So if there's anything that you're saying no to right now, because you're afraid, but yet you feel like you should be doing it, just do it. All right. So what you're going to need today, if you want to make this page with me, is the beaded oval. You can even just make a scrap border with me if you want to do this. So the beaded oval is what we're going to use today, and a pair of scissors to make this beady cool border. I'm working with Christmas cheer. So I'm going to hopefully change my screen with no problem whatsoever. Yeah, why would that not be functioning? I might have to start this bad boy over. So it is plugged in nicely. It is plugged into the proper location. And let's just try it a different way. All right. So it didn't work the way it usually does for whatever reason, but it is working. And is it upside down? Nope, this is exactly right. That's good. Sorry, I wasn't ready. I got so carried away. I don't know what end is up right now, but I am so excited to spend time with my peeps. All right. That is one thing that I can promise is that I do love my clients and I am really grateful for you guys. My husband is a real estate appraiser. I was telling him the other day he doesn't have any business because houses aren't selling and people aren't refining. So I am very grateful for this income stream that happens to be. All right, I am so sorry. So sorry. You're not going to be my customer after this. So I'm so bad. All right, put this back. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to start by making this border over my little doggy barking. I'm going to look at the one that I made already. I started with a piece of cranberry paper, and this is a border punch. So for my first punch, I am going to line up the paper with this little line right here. I'm just going to put that right in there. The line is right there. I'm going to mash, and then I'm going to line up the paper to the pattern, the blue pattern that comes out underneath. I'm going to go right down thing. I think I'm going to do is give you time to catch up by making your order, and I'm going to see if my dog will go out for me. Give me just a second. Come on, Gracie. Come. Come. Great, Billy. Look, hey, you stay calm. Okay. Apple. Apple. Yeah, that works. she can't hear, so I have to do the waving action to get her to go. All right, so we've got this. All right, so now what you're going to do is do a couple more, whatever colors you want. I did some extras in green and yellow. And what you're going to do is just take, it doesn't really matter on the scissors on this. I'm using these because they're small cuts, but this is a really easy one to do. I needed about two different colors. We actually could do more colors, but I did just the red, the yellow, and the green. And then what I'm going to do is throw some adhesive on. Let's see. I'm going to skip this one. And then I'm going to do 2 in a row. Skip 1, 2 in a row. Skip 1, 2 in a row. All right. Then I'm going to put these colors on. You know what? I should be paying attention. Yeah, this is. I've already done the other one, so I wanted to match. So that's why I wanted to take a quick peek to make sure which one I started with. Doesn't matter too much, really. So what I'm making here is Christmas lights with the beaded oval border punch. And I think they're absolutely beautiful. But if they were black and orange, they could look like candies. Alone, they look like bubbles. Like when I first used this a lot, I used them with water a lot because it makes a really great water, like bubble looking things. They look like a little fish. You can make these look like a little fish. So lots of little options with this. Super pretty little border. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this on. Well, I think I'm going to cut off a little bit. I'm going to go down to this end right here, and I want to cut off about that much, right? Next, I'm going to mat that on a piece of paper that I pre-selected. If I can find it, of course. It's over here. No, that's not it. Huh. This drives me crazy. All right, let me be. Not panic zone. Is it under here? Get it all down on the ground. I had everything in a stack. I'm probably gonna have to start this video over. It's such a disaster. Here's my scraps. My whole sheet of paper is absolutely missing. It's behind me. Oh gosh. Becky, go take a nap, right? All right, so we're gonna. Whew, that was scaring me, folks. I don't mind telling you. All right, and I'm gonna put this down. And I think again, yeah, I'm gonna put it right up against the edge with a little bit poking out at the top. All right, so see how I have some space up here about up the top? Put this all the way over to one side. Now we're going to trim some off. And what I like to do is let my border show through the window on this side, on the trimmer side. See, I can see through the window. Slide it back so that all those little bubbles get hidden underneath. And then that will give me about the right margin that I want on both sides to kind of match. All right. So I did that. I also want to go ahead and trim down this edge flush to the paper. You can use this little measuring tool on your trimmer to make sure you don't cut away anything you didn't intend. Right. So that was that. Then I matted this on some navy. Look, I can find this scrap just fine. So those of you that said this is going to take all day, she's not going to be able to find anything. I found something. All right, so I'm going to put this in again, leaving a little margin here, you see. And now I want to use that trimmer trick again to leave a margin on the other side. So I'm going to pull through. The long piece of paper is poking through this way. The border is on the trimmer side. I see through the window that piece of paper. I'm sliding back to that piece of paper is gone. And then you've got that nice clean look there. All right. So that was step one, and that is super pretty, and it looks like Christmas lights a bit, right? All right, now we're going to grab our Deco trimmer. It's one of my favorite tools. It's underutilized. I think it is such an amazing tool. We're going to go ahead and open this up, and I want to cut so that let's see, I'm gonna so the bar is opened. I know my lefties, it's not intuitive to you, so I'm gonna really make sure you understand. Open this, and then I'm gonna line up this piece of paper to the 8. So their numbers down here. So I'm gonna line it up to the 8. Very easy. And then just cut. If you want to center it, that's always smart. And this doesn't matter too much, but I'm going to do it anyways. All right. Next thing I want you to do before you, so we're going to keep the big piece. All right. And then what I want you to do is grab your straight trimmer again. And we are going to trim off. We're going to put this right on the mat strip. Okay. Right on the mat strip. I'm cutting off just a smidgen from both sides. So I'm lining it up to the edge of the mat strip. All right, more scraps. All right, and now we are going to build this guy. All right, so I'm building on navy today. And I am going to put this in the center at the top of this and cutting off that little bit. Doesn't that give a nice look? All right. Then I'm going to throw my border on, and look how wonderful this looks. Because I didn't trim this down, it's longer than the red. And wow, do I love how this gives some dimension. Isn't that nice? All right. So now what I want to do, I pulled some other little goodies. So things are really flying now, right? So I had some ideas with this. This is a skill I've taught before. And we're going to do it again. I am going to cut around this so that I'm cutting off just a ½ inch. Right, so to cut off a ½ inch, this first bar over here is your ½ inch mark. So I'm going to line it up there. And I'm going to go ½ inch here, which is right here. So there's the 0. There's the 1. There's a little bar there at the ½ inch. I have taken my Sharpie to extend that line so that I can see when that white line is lined up with my dark line. It's a lot easier that way. All right, here's the 4.5. I'm going to go to the 4. This one already has a prominent line at the 4. So I'm just lining this line up with that line. All right. So I like to repeat the instructions because sometimes people see it and they don't try it. This one goes down to 6.5. So I'm backing up to 6. And then when you go to do it, you forget. So I like to at least kind of talk it through what I am doing so that you can do this skill, because this is a mat from the Christmas Cheer mat pack. And what is absolutely wonderful about these mats is they use them, they create them so that they can be used for so many different things. So by cutting this out, this is perfect for me to throw a photo inside. Perfect. All right. But also now I have a journal box that I can use for decoration. All right. So we are going to use both of these. I think I'm going to do like, I had a white one I wanted to use, but yeah, I can use the white somewhere else. All right, so I'm going to do that. So another thing that I was going to do is I was going to add this little embellishment, this one. And I'm hoping that I am right in thinking that I can cut this out. And I have a reason for that. I could leave it rectangle, but I had a reason for not wanting to on this one. It might be a little snug there, but we're going to go for it, okay? We're going to go for this. So I'm going to put the little knobs in and see how far off I am before I go for it. Yeah, it's really close, but I'm gonna have faith that this is enough to make it work. All right, so these are patterns from our cutting customs system. It's got these little railroad tracks on top that we can put our little blades in. They rotate underneath to make it easy to do. So anyways, oh yeah, genius, right? All right, so that's beautiful. This right here is I can use for another page, so I'm not going to do anything with that. What I do like to do is pull off this little stuff if it's going to get in my way when I try to put it back in my storage. All right, what I like about this is the contrast with the rectangle. This is going to be a journal box, kind of a decorative piece. And then this piece right here will give it a really nice little accent. If it was a rectangle on rectangle, I'm not sure it would be as attractive as this. So anyways, I was hoping that I'd be able to pull that off. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. You could pop this. Let's grab some foam. Oh my gosh. Did y'all just hear that? If you didn't, I had a little basket and it fell on the floor and like a zillion things went all over the floor. Ah, sigh. Oh my goodness. It is so beautiful out today, though. You can't help but just be happy. Such a beautiful fall day. All right. So let's throw these down. Okay. Another thing. Well, I'm going to stop there. I have some, I'm going to bring out the other piece so that you can see the combination. Don't worry about the fact that you can see that through there. Because remember, let me see if I can find that photo I just had. Did I tuck it back in? Well, it's the wrong orientation. Don't have any of the right. No, nothing. Well, anyways, once you put a photo in, you will not be able to see the fact that that is uneven underneath. All right. I might even double mat this, put another piece of color on it because I'm doing red on red. The other side doesn't look so good. I probably will end up doing something else with that, but let's see. Let's see what I like. All right. So here's the other completed page that I didn't make you watch me make. Right. And I'll cut out another oval. The reason why I went with ovals instead of circles here is because of the ovals up here. Thought it'd be a nice combination. So this guy there. And maybe some white. Yeah. And that means I can put this here, and that's going to show up nicely there, right? Beautiful. And then I have another piece of white. Like that. All right. So, and then we can or not put, there's plenty of room for more photos, clearly with or without mats, right? All right. So the other thing that I probably would add here, let me go ahead and stick this down. I feel really good about this now. Wasn't feeling it the other way. People sometimes ask, how do you know your photos will fit? I don't. I'm just showing you the possibilities. I actually sell my pages. I don't actually even use these. Um, I only keep them long enough so that my clients can get ideas from them. And as long as we still have the line, I keep them so that people can copy the ideas at my crops and so forth. And then I sell them. So they typically don't make it into my scrapbooks. All right, so that's that. All right, so I think I showed this last week, but in case you missed, you may not have learned about the Christmas cheer ornaments, which are stinking beautiful. They have them separated on sides because some of them are hollow and then some of them are solid. And you can use them as is. This is a red one, but you could use it as white as well, which I'm going to do in this particular case. So it looks fine, but if you also want to add some color, there should be a match over here in that exact same shape. That's a match, and I hope that's not my only option because it's not very much contrast. I don't like the yellow on this. Well, this is one of those examples. Oh, because I knew I'd already pulled it somewhere. I had one that would work. All right, so this one is the match that I'm going to use. So I'm gonna use the white side of this because I think it's gonna show a nicer contrast on this page. Oh my gosh, I definitely need to rest. I need to rest. All right, and then I have some scraps over here from when I was punching. I think I'm going to where am I gonna put this ornament anyways? Probably I want to have room for another photo right there. Maybe down somewhere like that. So that should give me plenty of room to pop one in. Probably going to put a foam pad on it to raise it up so that I can get the photo in under that. So let me grab the foam pad real fast. All right, so that should give me some space. And then I think what I'm going to do is use this little scrap of red. And this is, you know, nothing technical about this, just cut scrap. Don't ask me how I did it. It's kind of easy. All right, and then I'm gonna stick part of this down. Oh, I just broke it. Let's try again. All right, take two. The reason why that resisted, it was a little bit thick for the hole. Let's try it again. What I'm gonna do is stick down part of it. Just do a little trail of repo there. Remember, if there's extra, you just kind of wipe it away. That's what repo does. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. There we go. Super cute, right? All right, and for the fun of it, I think I'll add a little bit more. Maybe a little bit of bling bling. Put a red one. Are y'all using these little organizer boxes for things like this that you can't find? I love them. Get a box with a whole bunch of them in there. All right, so there you go. Is that super beautiful? All right, so that probably took about a half hour longer than it needed to, but I hope you like it nonetheless. And if you're the praying type, well, I sure could use some prayers for this week. It's clearly things are a mess right now. um, and for my scrapbookers, so that we'll have a great time together. Great fellowship, great scrapbooking, and we'll be safe getting there and back. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. And some of you I'll see this weekend, and the rest of you I hope I'll see next Tuesday. Bye now.